Hi, this is Rita. Today I'm going to show you how I created REST API, Spring Boot, Java, JDBC. These are the two technologies I utilized in order to create the project. Let's jump into it. Spring Initializer, that's where I went to create my project. Maven project, language Java, Spring Boot 2.7.1, group com.springrest, artifact Dogsitter demo, Spring jar. Packaging jar, Java 8. This is where I add my dependency. If you click here, you can go ahead and type WB, and I already selected Spring Web. This is important because this is where we have to tell the project generator which piece of Spring we would like to include in our Spring Boot application. So Spring Web is going to pull all the MVVC, which you can see, and some REST API. So go ahead and I also want to add that I think of this as like I'm stocking up food for before the snowstorm. That's how I think of. Generate. Go to STS. There it should generate. It should be somewhere in your computer. Extract and go ahead and click File, Import, Existing Maven project. Next, browse. Go ahead and locate where the files you just generated from Spring Initializer. Select the folder. It should show up in your IDE. My project is Dogsitter demo, which handles managing dogs appointments. So if I click here, there are two folders I'm going to be focusing, which is source main Java and source main resources. All the Java packaging, all the Java packages and the classes will be going here, source main Java, and all the non-Java is going to go here. So if I click here, this is already auto-generated Dogsitter demo, and these three I created the package. These three packages I created, which is controller, DAL, data store, and model. So controller is basically handles all the REST API, REST controller. This handles all the request and response. And DAL is a data store which connects with the database. And model, I created two model that passes, the model object can be passed between the view and the controller. So these are the codes. I'm not going to go in detail, but this is it here. And the source main resources, this is all I had to use where I configured my database. Now I am ready to run my project. But how am I going to run my project? Without the server, I cannot run my project, and I didn't add any servers. So this is here where Spring Boot is cool. Cool thing about Spring Boot is if you click here, Maven dependency, this is what I think of as like a big container, and it has all the ingredients I needed as I go build the project. So if you click here, if you scroll down here, and you can see Tomcat core, EL socket. This is the Tomcat server we're going to be running our project on, and it's already auto configured, so we don't have to do anything. I can just go ahead and run the project. It's launching. It launched, and here is where I thought I had some issue, but no. Here is where Tomcat, I wanted to show you where did I had an issue, error starting. Why did I have an issue? Web server failed on 8080 is already used. Web server failed to start. Why would it fail to, why would it fail to start? I'm going to relaunch it again. Go Spring. Okay, now I relaunched it. I'm sorry. There Tomcat started on port 8080. So now I would like to, so I want to access my project. So how am I going to access the project? So I'm going to use Postman in order to create access my project. And I want to get a list of dog and the owner. So I already typed localhost 8080. So I'm going to go ahead and send the request. And I got 404 not found error. I'm getting the error because, well, it is coming from the server. It is communicating with the server, but I'm getting the error because I did not put the root, the endpoint for the request I'm trying to get. So if I put here dogs and send, because I wanted a list of dogs and the owner. So if I put C, I got the request, list of dogs and owner. This right here, I forgot to mention this. Here, if we go back to source main Java and controller, this is where it gets handled. This, not the data store, but my controller. Why is it on? Oh, here. The get mapping is an annotation because it maps HTTP requests. It maps the HTTP request. So it's basically URL mapping for REST API endpoint. So this is the key. This is the root to get access of any kind of information through server, through database, or anything you're trying to request. This is the key for you. That allows the code. I mean, this is the key that allows the software program to communicate with each other. So this is the annotation at get mapping. REST controller. This is where we do the communication between REST API and between the client and the server. So I want to give a quick overview. I'm sorry about the noise. This is the overview of Chief Postman. I think of as a client. Client could be Kathy, James, anybody who sends requests who try to get, which I did. I wanted to get a list of name of owner and the dog and request HTTP via HTTP, which API uses HTTP in order to communicate with the REST API. I mean, to REST API, the controller, and then endpoint. That's the key for us to get access any resources, anything we're looking for, and it goes to model using data store, and then data store goes to database. That's another that's another topic, but anyways, generates JSON with Jackson as part of the SpringBoot and returns to Postman. And that's it. And I just want to mention this. I've been using XAMPP for the localhost service, and I have already created. This is already I'm working on my project. I have already had this project a long time ago, and this is I'm sorry. Where is it? Here. This is where I created my table already. Well, that's it. I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.